everybody. It has been a very long time since we have done a podcast, but we're here now. I think we've missed about probably 5 weeks of auction updates. Um, we're going through some. I guess you could call them transitionary periods uh, with our lane in Salt Lake City. Um, we are, acquiring new sellers, and we're just building the inventory back up again. So we're running on the regular Salt Lake City sale day, which is Wednesday, and we're usually going in lane one, which is the commercial lane. So it's been going good. We've been, pulling our buyers in for Monday, and they've been showing up, and it's been, not so bad. We've been probably having a 60, 70% sale rate on average in that lane. So not too shabby, but obviously we are trying to get back to our Monday sale. So all we're looking for right now is, oh gosh, probably roughly 40 to 50 vehicles per week. And if we have that number, then we can maintain our Monday sale. But until then, we need to just build up some consistency for about a month straight. So so that's that. And yesterday we ran our first sale in Cincinnati, the sale that we've been talking about for months now, basically since we've, you know, started this lane and started this podcast. And we had a pretty successful go. We sold 65% of our vehicles, sorry, 60% of our vehicles in lane, and we'll be running them the no sales on Thursday. We had a really good show. We had, I think it was 45 guys show up in lane, which was huge. We we honestly weren't expecting that big of a show out because, my partner Richard and I were both from the West, and so obviously our reach is strongest out there. So to see that we had that many people show up, and to see how successful it went that first go round, we were really happy with, and we think it's going to be honestly even better than we anticipated out in Cincinnati from the get go. We I'm going to go through some stats here. We ran 38 vehicles. We sold 23. We had an average, the vehicles that we did sell sold for an average of 97% of MMR, which is good. Um, it's really good. We, again, weren't expecting that great. When we first started in Salt Lake City, granted, very different inventory, but the average percentage of MMR was like, I think it was 91 or 92%. Something really low, something that, we ended up having to pay out of our pockets for to cover the, 95% of MMR guarantee. But this first week, we didn't have to. We had some vehicles that got cut. Um, that's a way below what they are, what they're worth, honestly. And I'm trying to pull those vehicles up here. Let me see. Here we are. Boom. Apologies, everybody. Just pulling up some stats here. So some of the units that didn't sell so great were Silverado 1500 LTs. The base model GM stuff did not do so hot. Um, did not do so hot. And let me see what else we had. Yeah, Super Duty Platinum didn't pull all the money. Basically, half ton GM product wasn't doing so hot. But in the same breath, our lane after about the 12th to 13th vehicle, we started picking up momentum, and from there on out, the units that we sold pulled better money. So it was just, we're in that kind of figuring out period with our buyers. They're trying to figure us out, and we're trying to make sure that we're, maintaining a good product in lane for them. So what that does is it really gives us an opportunity to sell and be aggressive selling so that these guys know that we're here and we're serious and we're not fucking around, and we're here to sell cars. We have sellers that are very, very motivated to move their inventory, and we think after about you know 3 weeks, this stuff should be moving at a much higher clip than this first go round. So it was a pretty successful sale overall. We're happy. We're anticipating another 40 plus vehicles for next week's sale, and yeah, we just keep rolling on from here. We um, we weren't anticipating a lot of our guys from the West logging on to be buying as well. So we attribute that to our the brand name that we've built up, and the really the reputation that we've brought to our lane. Um, like I've been talking about this whole time, our whole objectivity is to follow those big, great, successful lanes nationwide. The ones in Flint, Detroit, Dallas, Manheim, PA, all those places. And I mean, it's a proven model. And us doing this on the remarketing side is proving that, this model is, you know, it works. And that's just it. It works. But it just takes, the people in place to make it happen. And we obviously feel like we're those right people to make it happen. So you guys that logged on, watched, bid, whatever, we appreciate your participation. And we can't wait to see you next week and the weeks coming when we run this lane, continuously. So thank you guys again. The support has been, honestly the key key factor in our success. So, and on top of that, the sellers being so open to working with us and you know believing in what we're trying to accomplish for our sellers, which is bringing them the most money. So um, from here, the sale went great. I'll get you guys more statistics in the coming weeks whenever we do, you know, run more sales. But for um, for the registered import side, there's a couple things that I wanted to touch on. Hold on, I have to take my morning supplements. I have terrible allergies, and when everything's in bloom like it is right now, I need to almost double up on the allergy medicine. So on the import side, we we had some discussions last week after finding out that there are some recalls that are going to be affecting us directly on the import side, and that is 2021 F-150 recalls. I forget what exactly the part is, but all 21 F-150s are basically getting recalled for this, and that includes 2022 models, possibly, that were manufactured in 2021. So make sure you're checking those labels, because if it gets across the border, those units are going to be sitting. Ford anticipates until 2025 is when they anticipate a fix to come in. So that is honestly a huge hit to our industry, because obviously F-150s make up a lot of you know, the lanes. They're honestly such a big part of our little niche industry of exporting Canadian vehicles, and taking away a whole year model really it's honestly detrimental. And yeah, so that's not good. But the other one is 20, not to get into a year model, but the tailgate recall for GM trucks. That is anticipated to, sit, and parts won't be available for them for like at least 15 to 20 days whenever they come across. So make sure you anticipate another, probably three weeks whenever that unit does cross the border. So take that into consideration. I'll give you guys more updates as I head to our import office. I'm actually up in Alberta right now, and chatting with some customers and um, yeah. So I'll be back to our import office tomorrow. I'll be able to give you guys a update there as far as what else is going on. But I would just say honestly, hold off on those 21 F-150s because yeah, it's not looking pretty. So I don't want you guys to be affected and be caught, whenever you do send a vehicle down. So with that said, thank you guys again for staying with us, following us to Cincinnati, still following us in Salt Lake. And yeah, these podcasts will be weekly. We've just been incredibly busy with, the import company and, you know, just a lot of other things going on and just haven't found the time to make this podcast. So I'll make it more regular, but I appreciate you guys and good luck selling and buying this week.